What's up everyone, Emerald here from Emerald's Daily Carry, and today we're going to be taking a look at the TomToc Aviator T33 1.5 liter chest bag. TomToc, if you're watching this is a PSA message to come up with some better naming conventions, please. I thought that we would do something a little bit different today in terms of the format, so let me know down in the comments if you dig this vibe. But you know what they say, variety is the spice of life. Before we get started, some housekeeping things to get out of the way. This bag comes in 3 different sizes: the 1.5 liter variant that I have here, a 2.5 liter, and a 3.5 liter version in this khaki color, black, or gray. We're going to be taking a look at the 1.5 liter version in this video that retails for $38.99. There's also an X-Pack version of this bag as well. TomToc did send this bag out to me in March of this year in exchange for a review. No money exchanged hands, all opinions are my own, and they did not get to see this video before it was published. TomToc is known for producing bags that provide high value and features at a reasonable price point, and we'll be exploring those features throughout this video. Starting out with the basics first, this is the 1.5 liter sling coming in at just under half a pound in weight, and its advertised external dimensions are 8 by 4 by 2 inches. Now we're going to be filling up this bag with beans to see if it's truly a 1.5 liter sling. Alrighty, and we're back. We were able to fill in 1.5 liters in this bag. There's about 1 liter and maybe 8 ounces in the main compartment, and then about half a liter in the front and the back total. So we definitely were able to fit the advertised 1.5 liters. I was able to fill this up to 2 liters, and now I have 16 ounces left of beans, so pretty accurate volume measurement. TomToc as a brand is definitely focused more on value and keeping its costs down, and you can mainly see this in the types of materials that they use. Now, by no means does that mean that it's bad quality, but it's going to be lacking that premium touch that a lot of the other expensive brands are offering. This mostly translates into a touch and feel of the bag not feeling really premium, and maybe it's slightly less durable and water resistant than some of the name brand materials that you see out there like X-Pack, Cordura, or Ultra Fabric. A similarity maybe some of you can relate to is that it's kind of like the difference between a 60 Hz screen and a 120 Hz screen. If you've never experienced a high refresh rate screen, you think what you have is fine, and it probably is. You only notice a difference if you're actively looking for it, but I would say that the normal person can't really tell the difference. It's kind of a similar situation when we talk about performance fabrics. If you handed this bag to a random person on the street, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna say that this feels really nice. It's only the 10 of you watching this video that actually care about materials that are gonna really notice the difference. But at this price point, I would say that this is more on the mass market consumer type of person, and this nylon is going to be just fine for them. This is just a long-winded way of saying that build quality on this is excellent for the price. You have a lot of things going right for it, like bar tack stitching here on the strap stress points, no loose threads, and the quality of the nylon hasn't shown any signs of wear in our months of testing. 5 out of 5. We have a tri-compartment design, which is my favorite because it offers a lot of segmentation, especially in pocket reliever type of slings like this, where you have a lot of little things that you want quick access to and not having to go fishing around for it at the bottom of your bag. Today, we're going to be grabbing some lunch and maybe a short neighborhood walk after, so here's what I'm going to be bringing with me. In the front pocket, we have a little metal key leash, so I like to store my keys and maybe my AirPods in this pocket. Opening up the main compartment, we have a zippered mesh pocket. This is where I normally put my sunglasses. I have them here in a lens jacket case, and they're just clip-ons for my actual glasses. And since I'm going out for the day, I also have a little bit of sunscreen and an extra tampon, just in case, because you never know, there might be an emergency or I might need to help somebody. And on the opposite side, you have an elastic slip pocket, and this is a really great place for a phone. You still have some depth volume here in the middle. I'm trying to just show you that there. So I do want to keep an extra snack. So I have a little power bar here, and then I have a power bank and some floss. So I think the floss can go here on the side, and then I'll just put my power bank here on the top. Perfect. In the rear pocket, I like to keep things like my wallet here since it's flat and close to my chest. And I'm also bringing some breath mints because we're going out to lunch. And boom, I think that we're all packed out and we're ready to head out. All right, so we're at the train station now. We're gonna see how easy or hard it is to get inside of this bag to get our transit pass out. This is really where it's going to come in handy, where this bag is a tri-compartment design, because you can get easy access to a bunch of different little things that you have inside of your sling. 5 out of 5. This sling can be worn in a number of modes, chest mode and in a fanny pack kind of carry. Just so you know, I am a little bit of a smaller person, so if you're a skinny person like me, you might have a little bit of a hard time with this strap. This is the smallest adjustment that the strap is, and I would love for it to actually kind of be a little bit higher and tighter right here on my chest, but this is kind of what it looks like. And I think one of the main problems with it is because there's a 2-inch gap here where the buckle meets the actual strap. This is kind of where a lot of my problems lie. Just for reference, I am a woman's size 6 and a 30-inch waist in a men's size, but if you got a little bit more girth on you, you're not gonna have this problem. I actually can't carry this pack as a fanny pack, even though I think it's a really good size for it, just because I'm a little too skinny. One thing that I have done, which is kind of annoying because it's a really bad workaround, is that I basically just adjust the strap and then I have a bunch of dangle here on the back to kind of compensate for the fact that this strap is actually too long, and it's also not removable. So if you're 5'7" or under 135 pounds, or if your waist is under 30, you might not actually be able to wear this as a hip pack. 3 out of 5. All right, so we just got off the train. We're headed to lunch now. It's a pretty cool spot. There's like a bunch of different little tiny restaurants inside. So we'll just look at the menu and see what we can get. Hi.
Black cow with ramen?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Looks pretty good. I got the black garlic ramen with the cloudy broth. Don't know what that means, but I love me some noodles, so I'm gonna eat this really quick, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about this bag. Now that we've finished eating our meal, we can finally start talking about this sling again. There's a couple things that we haven't mentioned yet, one of them being TomToc's return policy. So it's a normal 30-day return window, but it has to be in new condition with the tags attached. If you got a custom variant of this bag, then unfortunately there is no returns on that one. You can register this product for an extended 2-year warranty. Otherwise, all products have a 1-year warranty. 3.5 for the warranties and return policy. Okay, so another feature of this bag that's pretty interesting is that this entire bag is made out of a RFID blocking material. So what does that mean? We kind of talked a little bit about RFID technology in the PackSafe video. If you want to check it out, it's right over here. But essentially, there are ways for people to skim your credit cards or other personal information. You have to get really, really close to the thing in order to actually skim the card. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not really the top thing that you should be worried about if you are a traveler. Most thieving in general is thieving of opportunity. So if something is just really easy to do, they're gonna do it. It's not premeditated most of the time. But just to show you if this does work or not, RFID technology in general should also block NFC, and all phones nowadays should have NFC built in. So just to show you how it works, this is all, again, just very demonstration purposes only. I'm not recommending that you do this. It's nefarious, illegal. So I'm just showing you for the sake of demonstration, but basically you can download an NFC reader on your phone. And if you have an older card, I have an Orca card right here, it has absolutely no security on it. It has no chips and anything like that. You just click read on your phone, and if you can get close enough, you can actually get all the details of that card. So right here, it has all the details. It's just my bus pass, so there's not anything here worth really looking at. But also say is that if you get close enough to something, you can read the information off of the card. Now, most modern credit cards also don't allow you to do this. That's why you have chip-enabled cards. So I'm gonna put this card inside of the back pocket of the sling, and let's see if I can still read it. So I'm gonna go back to my reader. I'm gonna click read, and if this is an RFID blocking material, then I should not be able to read this card. I am right next to it, like smack dab right next to it, and I can't read it. So that's one way to actually test whether or not the RFID material is working, and it is, because if I take it out really quick and I go back to read, it should read it right there. So there you go, proof that this actually works. Most modern bags and wallets should have this material built into it, so you don't have to worry about it. Again, The biggest thing is theft of opportunities. So if you leave your bag or your wallet somewhere where someone can just snatch it, that's a lot easier than trying to go through all of these steps in order to try to skim your credit cards. Still be aware of where you are. If you're like in a really huge tourist area, like a train station or a bus terminal or something like that, that's a really easy way for people to target you because you're in a crowd of a bunch of other people. So also be aware of your surroundings, but just something to take note of. RFID blocking technology is a good thing. We like it a lot. All right, so we're all full and happy now, and it's time to wrap up this review of the TomToc T33 Aviator Sling. We've been sharing our thoughts on some key features of the Aviator Sling, but we've been keeping score, and this does earn an 81% against our rubric. This is definitely punching above its weight in terms of the features that you get at this price point. When you're getting so much bang for buck, it's pretty easy to overlook all the premium materials that you might be missing. So who do I think this bag is for? There are 3 people who I think that this might be a pretty good fit for. If you are an EDC enthusiast that is looking for a minimal style EDC sling carry system, this is going to be a pretty decent option for you. It's really great as a pocket reliever and just a little bit extra, but nothing too extreme. So if you do carry anything more than what I already have packed in this bag, you're going to probably have to look at the 2.5 or the 3.5 liter variant of this. Because of the dimension and depth of this bag, a lot of the times you're gonna be putting in flatter items. So if you have bulkier things like big chunky power bricks like this, you might have a little bit of a hard time shoving it into this bag and making it still look pretty seamless. Second, if you're an urban commuter or a traveler and you're looking for that 0.5 option and you're doing a 1.5 liter bag travel, I think this is a really good companion for that because it can sit pretty nicely on your chest. The buckle being on the side means it's not going to get in the way of your harness or your back straps. And that way you'll have really easy access to all the things that you're going to need during travel, like your passport, your wallet, and your phone, earpods, that kind of thing. Once you're at your destination, you can also use this as your everyday carry sling bag, so I think that makes it a pretty versatile option. Lastly, if you're just somebody who likes a good deal, I don't really think you can go wrong with this bag. It's also a really great option if you're trying to get somebody into the sling carry world and you don't really want to bust the bank open. And like we said in the beginning, this is definitely the 60 hertz option in terms of bag carry. You don't have to overcomplicate things, and this is definitely going to give you more than enough for most people. So who do I think this bag is not for? Well, I kind of already mentioned it in the beginning of the video, but if you're a smaller person like me, or if you're on the opposite spectrum and you have a larger frame, this harness system might not work for you. Or if you're a bag enthusiast and you really want the super ultra premium package, you might be a little bit disappointed in these material choices. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this sling. If you like this video and you want to help support the channel, there are some affiliate links in the description for all the products that we talked about today. I do get a small commission at no cost to you, but if that's not your vibe, there's always liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. Let me know if you really enjoy this format. I'm out here in the wild shooting this on a park bench, so give me a thumbs up for trying to be a little bit different. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. My name is Emerald from Emerald's Daily Carry. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.